Chris Sims, what kind of bag? I was talking about this the other day. I forgot who we had. I think it was Mike Jones from yesterday today we had on. It's like, what do you pay Aaron Donald? Like, if you're the Rams and you're Aaron Donald and you're getting a restructured or a whole new contract, highest paid defensive player don't seem to cut it for me. Like, shouldn't he be getting QB money? Or wide receiver money or whatever it is now. I just don't know how, like, you can't pay him strictly as a defensive player at this point.
I hear you there. We're talking about, like we talked about during the Super Bowl time, this is an all-time special player. He's in the special room with Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Reggie White. He's a Hall of Famer of Hall of Famers. The worth, it's hard to really put it down. You're right. And if I seem like I'm talking a little weird, all right, I got a root canal just a little while ago, and I still came back here for the show.
Today?
All right, just to let you know, because I like you guys that much. But
hey, Doug, I'll take days off because I was up late the night before. Props to you. You showed up to my show under circumstances that I wouldn't show up to. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Chris Sims.
Chris Sims. Well, let me finish that talk there. Yeah.
Game ball. We're gonna have a game ball for you. I don't know how many game balls you got in Texas and Tampa. We're gonna give you a brother from another game ball for playing hurt today. Root canal. I love it.
Incredible.
That'll be awesome. I'll take that honor. I didn't get that many game balls, so trust me, I'll take it where I can get it. All right. And then, to finish that though with Aaron Donald, you're right. It's hard to put a worth on him. I mean, he should be paid like top pass rusher, top wide receiver. You look at T.J. Watt's contract, right? Around $27, $28 million a year. You go, well, Aaron Donald, as much as I like Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt and Joey Bosa, he certainly affects the game on a play-by-play basis more than those guys, let alone we've seen in the biggest moments he shows up. So it's really one of those things where I think he could go and basically name his price to a degree, but at the same time, like we always talk about, this is a team that's built on a lot of high-priced, big-name guys, too. So how much do you want to take to where now it affects the team and all that? And I know you don't got to worry about that. The team's got to worry about that. But I think the great players do think about what's going to be surrounding them. I'm saying $30 million a year. I think that's something that's very realistic for Aaron Donald.
F them picks and F that cap.
Yeah, right. You know what? Hey, you know what, Chris? He may even get above. So $30 million is probably the fair amount. And then throw on another couple million because my Uncle Stan Kroenke is happy that they won the Super Bowl. So it's like a Super Bowl bonus on top of that. Maybe $32, $33 million a year. Who knows? I'm going to ask you this, though, Chris, because I know you stay in the film room, and I know I'm jumping the line a little bit, but is there, and not necessarily Aaron Donald type in the draft, but is there a Hall of Famer, when you look at your draft study, regardless of position, are you looking at somebody in the draft and you say, oh, wow, when that guy gets into the league, he's going to be an all-pro for a long time, he's going to be a Pro Bowler for a long time, and I can't wait to see him. Is anybody really exciting you like that in your film study?
Well, there's a lot of guys with that type of potential, and I'm not through all of it yet. I'm just in the midst of pass rushers right now, which I would go, there's a few guys in that position right there that fit that criteria. Again, we didn't think Aaron Donald was going to be what Aaron Donald was coming out. But what you do try to look at is, common traits, things that have made, great players great. Now, what can I look at them and these new college kids and take from what I learned from those great players and what translates? So, you go through it. The wide receiver class, as you know, is very special. Jameson Williams, to me, can be one of those guys that can be, lead the league in receiving, one of the best receivers in football, big play guys. The defensive ends, the offensive tackles, which I haven't got to yet, but I know just enough by looking and from what I've heard, you're going to have a lot of guys in that department as well. So I guess, for long story short, Kyle Hamilton with the Notre Dame, the safety, him coming out, again, awesome player. People are using the word generational talent and all that. Sure, whatever. He's really good. He has a chance to be something special because we haven't seen a guy play safety at 6'4" and 220 pounds and can, cover like a corner and is a really good tackler. I mean, has some measurables that are Sean Taylor-ish, right? So that's rare to come along, but I got to see it on the NFL field because, as you guys know, College is a different game than the NFL. It does not compare really in any way, shape, or form. It does not. It's different schematics, and it's a different group of men on that field.
I want to play a game with y'all with most of the time we have left, but before we do, I have one draft-related question. Is there an offensive or defensive, in an attempt to narrow it down, or maybe there's one of each that comes to mind, an offensive or defensive prospect that you have received the most pushback on from the evaluators and the coaches and the league personnel that you talk to that pays attention to your rankings, and I know that they do? Who have you gotten the most resistance on that sent you back to the film room?
Well, I think my wide receiver rankings were probably my most controversial to this point, right? Where I didn't have the 2 Ohio State guys in my top 5. I really like them. I really do. They would have been 6 and 7. But I went a different direction. But I'll tell you where I got some pushback. In my top 5, I put Alec Pierce from Cincinnati in there. You know, I don't think a lot of people got them in the top 5. A lot of people don't look at him, maybe the draft experts, as a guy that's going to go in the first 2 rounds. I just sit here and go, I don't understand it. Why? I mean, another guy here where it just reminds me a lot of the stories of like Chase Claypool and DK Metcalf when they come out, to where the production, he doesn't have enough catches, all that. And I want to go, yeah, but he's open a lot. The ball just didn't come his way. He can't help that. You know, he can't help that the offense doesn't design plays to get him the ball either. You know, so I look at him and then I go, wow, phenomenal route running, and like blows by everybody. So I had some people in the NFL community like, hey, good for you for giving Alec Pierce some love. But I also had some others like, really? You're really going to put him in front of the Ohio State kid? So I would say that's probably the one guy that's been the most pushback, controversial with some of my NFL friends.
All right. Hey, let's have some fun. I don't know about y'all, but I love on social media.
I thought we were having fun already. What do you mean?
Different kind of fun. Different form of fun. Let's switch gears a little bit. I love on social media when you see these games, whether it's one got to go or you see something like, build your team with a $15 budget. So Yahoo put one out yesterday. Thought it'd be cool for us to try to do live. Michael hasn't seen this list. Chris, you haven't seen this list. I haven't even come up with my team. But I think these are for now. This just looking at this crazy offseason that we've had. Figured it'd be fun to do live. So let's give it a shot, shall we? Michael or Chris, would you like to go first? Would either of you like to go first? Or if you want, we can go position by position. And you can't go over $15. If you want, you can take your quarterback now, and we can kind of alternate if you want to do it that way. We make it up as we go along. You want to do it that way? Chris, guess first, company first?
I'm down for whatever. We're all going to pick our own separate team, though, just to make this clear, right? That's how we're doing this here?
You do. Yeah, I mean,
all right, cool.
Or if there's carry, it can be carryover. There can be carryover because the budget is what makes it fun. So if we want the same guy, that's okay. But I don't think we're going to end up with the same team just because of the money. All right, Chris, who's your quarterback?
I think that group right there, I'm going with Matt Ryan. I'm going to go with the $4, a little bit of expensive one there, but not, top of the line expensive Russell Wilson money there.
I like your thinking. Michael Holley, this would be funny if you do what I'm thinking, but I don't think you're going to do it. But go ahead.
No, I know. See, budget-wise, I want to do it. Budget-wise. But I'm going to have to make some sacrifices elsewhere because I don't like any of these quarterbacks except for my man Russell Wilson. So I'm going to spend the $5. I'm getting Russell Wilson. $5. I'm going to cheap out elsewhere.
All right. You know who I'm going to go with?
Go ahead. Take your boy Trubisky.
No, I'm not.
Take him.
I like Mitchell Trubisky. Chris, Michael hates Mitchell Trubisky. I don't know why. But I like him.
Well, show us.
But you know who I really like, and I'm gonna put a little bit. I'm gonna go a level down here into this conversation. I like him reunited with Arthur Smith. I like the flashes that we saw here and there with the Raiders. I think there's another act in Marcus Mariota's career. I'm gonna take $2 Marcus Mariota. I think the Falcons rebounded nicely after the debacle, chasing Deshaun at the expense of Matt Ryan. I got Marcus Mariota. All right, Chris, wide receiver, go.
Ooh, I think the guy that jumps out to me right there, and I'm trying to think about budget here a little bit. I'm going to go with Allen Robinson. I'm going to be smart here. Yeah, okay. Allen Robinson's better than a $2 receiver. He's just been in a $2 offense with some crap plays around him. So I'll go there.
Yeah, that's good. Ding, upside right there. Hey, you're up there. $6 for you. Same. You got Robinson, Michael?
Same
thing?
Okay. Great value.
All right.
Great value.
All right.
That's the number one receiver.
So $2 Allen Robinson.
$2.
I'm a shell out here. I'm a shell out, and I'm gonna go $4 Tyreek Hill. I think, and the only reason I'm gonna go $5 Devontae Adams, I'm gonna save this dollar. I don't think there's that much of a difference in the impact from Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill for me not to go with the cheaper option. Give me $4 Tyreek Hill. Back to you, Chris. Offensive line.
All right, offensive line here. I'm looking. Wow, you know what? I'll go with Alex Kappa. Alex Kappa, I like his game. He's got an attitude. He pisses people off. He gives the offense an attitude. I like what he does there. I'll go right in the middle of the pack there so I can go a little more expensive here towards the end.
All right, you were up to $9. You've spent $9 so far on 3 players. What about you, Mike? Who's your offensive lineman?
Yeah, I'm going up to 9. I'm going up to 9 too because I'm going to take Lyle Collins for $2. So, yeah, 9. I got ideas. I know where I'm going the rest of the draft.
Okay. I got Collins too. I got Collins as well. He was my guy. So give me Alex Collins for $2 as well. You know I had to take a Bengal. Well, I was taking one of those Bengals, but give me Alex Collins. I think that's great value. All right, Edge. Who you got? Chris Sims.
I mean, would I look at this here and this is a wow. I mean, Hassan Riddick. All the sacks he's had the last 2 years, he's the $1 option. I'm like shocked over that. I'm shocked. But I'm going to spend all my money here. All right, no. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to take Hassan Riddick. I am. I'm going to go with him. Right. I mean, I want a guy that gets after the quarterback. I'm going there.
All right, so that's $10 now. You're up to. So you got $5
yeah, you
left,
know where I'm going with that last one.
I think I know you. Well, you want to go ahead and say it now? JC Jackson, you spending your $5 on JC?
I'm going JC, 100%. You can pencil me down for JC.
All right, JC Jackson it is for 5. All right, that's 15. Who you got, Mike?
I can tell you my last two.
Who's your edge guy?
All right,
who's your edge guy?
Two great $3 options. Khalil Mack, and then the Honey Badger. You know, I still can't believe he's not signed. I love my team. First of all, I love my team. I love them.
That's a good squad. There's a little carryover with me and you. I targeted the Honey Badger as well for $3. And my edge guy, though, is Chandler Jones for $4. Let's see, 4, 8, 10. Yep, 15. Yep. I got Chandler Jones for $4. So I got Mariota, Hill, Collins, Jones, and the Honey Badger as well. I like all you can't go wrong with any of these teams. And you cannot go wrong with this game. Thank you so much, Chris Sims, for indulging me. That was fun. I like doing that kind of stuff.
No problem.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say the budgeting was wrong. It was too easy. They got the budgeting wrong. All right. Yeah, those values, they're too like Khalil Mack for $3. Come on.
Yeah, I hear you. Exactly right. Yeah, no doubt about it. I agree with you. The budgeting didn't seem right. What did seem right is that I won probably, so that was good.
Well, you had a root canal, so we'll give you that. Yes. Thank you so much for coming through and playing.
Thanks. Peace out, homies.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.